Welcome to my coffee channel. I am Thomas, and I'm going to be reviewing a coffee from across the border from Canada, but it's sold all over the US. It's probably the biggest coffee company in Canada, or one of the biggest. I am reviewing a coffee from Kicking Horse Coffee, and it is their Smart Ass blend. And I don't usually do too many blends, but you know, a blend is when you mix multiple coffees together and hopefully get a synergy of something much better. So anyway, I bought this at my local grocery store. They didn't have the whole bean. I got the ground. Anyway, I'm going to rate it. I'm going to analyze it, cup it, pull some shots with it, and I'm going to let you know if this is a good buy or not. So I'll be right back. Let you know what I'm finding out. Okay, I have done a roast right analysis on this coffee, and to my surprise it came out to a 25, which is, this on the bag calls it a medium roast. 25 on roast right, if you know what it is saying it's a very dark roast coffee. So roast right is saying this is more in the realm of French roast. Welcome back. This coffee's been resting about 14 minutes now, and we're ready to do a little cupping, and we're going to sample our cold brew. I made this yesterday, been in the refrigerator about 15 hours, so let's give this a try. Sweet, very heavy body, slight hints of cherry, and it does have some bitterness. It's sort of like a bittersweet chocolate, so it's actually bitter in what I would call a nice way. This is very much what I would consider in the realm of what I would call an Italian espresso type coffee. Some of the things I can tell you about it is when I first poured it, there was little or no broom, so I have no idea how old this coffee is. This coffee does not have a roast on date. It does have a use on date, which is about a year away. So anyway, you know, that is what it is. So you know, I would probably, I don't know if I'd call this a second wave coffee. I think it's a little better than a first wave. I certainly wouldn't call it a third wave coffee, but for a second wave grocery store coffee, I'd say it's tasting pretty good. Let's try a little cold brew. I'm just gonna have a little sip. Nice color. Nice sweet aroma. There again, I think this makes making a really nice cold brew. It has a very nice sweet finish to it, sweetness to it. You know, it's not jumping out with a bunch of exotic, intense flavor nuances that you would get out of, say, a $20 or $30 a pound coffee, but there again, like I said, I have to say I'm being very pleased with this coffee. Welcome back. I'm ready to give you my score. I've been drinking this coffee for the last couple of days. Like I said, it makes a nice shot, making cappuccino. Makes a nice cappuccino. You know, this coffee does have some bitterness to it, but it's actually in a good way. It's sort of like a bittersweet chocolate. Espresso, you know, it's lacking a lot of depth, a lot of nuances that you get in more expensive coffees. But I have to say, for an $8.50 coffee, it's very good. So anyway, let me go over my score sheet, let you know how I scored it. You already know it's got a 25 on the roast, which is very dark French roast. Sort of the bag calls it a medium roast. I don't know if they put the wrong coffee in the bag or whether, because I do know they offer this in two types. They offer it in a medium roast and a dark roast. Seems like they might have put it in the wrong bag, but this is a dark roast coffee, which is okay. Flavors, fragrances, sort of cherry, caramel, bitter, sweet chocolate on the fragrance. Same thing on the flavor. I gave it an 8.25. Flavor score 8. Aftertaste had a very nice lingering taste in my mouth. 8.75. Nice balanced acidity. You would guess that from a blend. That's the idea of blending to make a nice balanced coffee. 8.5. Sweetness, it had a nice sweetness to it. Nice sweetness in the cold brew. Oh, not overtly sweet like some of these other natural processed coffees that we have drank, but I gave it an 8. It did have like that little bitterness. It wasn't overly bad. I thought it was sort of good for me, but I did take away a point for that, so 9. Mouthful. Has a very nice mouthful, so I gave it 8.5. Balance. It was a pretty nice balance between mouthful, bitterness, heaviness. I gave it a 9. Defects, because of the little bitterness in it, I took away a point, gave it a 9. Overall, drinkability, like I said, for a store-bought $8.50 bag of coffee, I thought it was exceptionally good. I gave it an 8. And my overall score on this coffee was 85. And on my coffee value index, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Between the flavor profile and the price, I would call this a very good buy, particularly since you can buy it at the grocery store. I mean, it's not going to blow you away like a $30, $40, $20 bag of coffee, but it is good and you will probably like it. Anyway, if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. If you've gotten some value out of this video, hit the like button. Helps people find my channel. Thanks for visiting today. And until I see you next week, have a great day.